I think a lot of people lose themselves chasing titles. You're a parent, manager, CEO, chef, business owner, supervisor, doctor, athlete, influencer. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with accomplishing something meaningful to you. You should be proud of the things that you work hard for. But somewhere along the line, a lot of people start treating titles as though it is their entire identity. And I don't think it's healthy. I used to be a chef for years. And one thing that I never realistically cared about once actually obtaining that title was to force people to call me chef. Like, Chris was perfectly fine. Not because I didn't work hard for the position or I didn't know what I was doing, but because I understood that being a chef was something I did. It wasn't the entirety of who I was as a human being. And a lot of us struggle with that concept because titles can become addictive. People start needing the recognition, the status, the validation, needing people to view them in a certain way. But the title itself is not your purpose. It's just part of your life, a part of the journey and a part of your responsibility. But it should never completely consume your identity. Because what happens when that title changes? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if life shifts? Or what happens when your role changes? When the kids grow up? What happens after you retire? If your entire identity was built around that title, a lot of people end up feeling lost afterwards. You are more than one label. You can be a parent and still be growing, a leader and still be learning, successful and still struggle internally, and a provider and still need help sometimes. And I think people need to give themselves permission to understand that, because your value as a person should never only exist inside of a title. The title may represent part of your effort, but it should never become the entirety of who you are.